What's up, guys? And what's up, Sussex Squad? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are King Charles, you're sitting there saying, baby, not me. It ain't never going to be me. You guys, what am I talking about? Charles has once again surfaced in a car on the cover of the Telegraph, the Daily Mail, and everything else. It said literally, and get this, ain't nothing blurry about these pictures. It says cancer stricken King Charles is spotted leaving Windsor Castle and arriving at Clarence House in London after British embassy in Moscow was forced to furiously deny Russian media claims that Charles had passed away. Now, here's what I want to say about this, right? Because Carmen's granddaughter on Twitter said something good. They said, in the midst of rumors that he passed away, King Charles has come out to show proof of life with a very clear, unblurred photographer, but no sign of the real Kate Middleton still. You guys, there's two things that's going on. One, at least in the story we're going to talk about, the Greek press has leaked that Charles's situation is more dire than we ever expected, which is also weird to the fact that William and Kate refuse to be seen. I don't know what's going on with Kate. I do not think she can come to the phone. But also, Charles extended an olive branch to Harry and Meghan. Now, I know that the Rangers are on Twitter trying to turn this into, haha, we dunked on you. Don't y'all feel stupid? But baby, what Charles did and Buckingham Palace to Harry and Meghan overnight, I don't know if it was meant to help or hurt, but baby, in America, where Meghan comes from, it's a help. Do you know? Yes, they rolled Harry and Meghan into one link on the royal website. The Rangers were like, haha, William got them out of there. William said, no, ma'am. I said, excuse me. Does anybody think that that's like, who would want to be associated with this issue right now? Who would give a DA double? What about, like, the fact that in William and Kate's and all those royalists, the sun rises and sets off the crack of whoever. The fact that you think that once the UK has become an international, we'll just have to wait, international laughing stock, you now think that Harry and Meghan will want to be associated with this issue? I know Meghan is sitting there making some lemon curd with Archie and Meghan, like Archie and Lilibeth, like, please, I wish. Anyway, right? They rolled them into one section of the royal website. I would be ashamed to be on the royal website. And as much as we think that things are as bad as it's going to get, under William, it's going to get a lot worse. And I remember I used to worry that William would use all his time, power, and energy to try to ruin Harry's life. But now I know that Harry and Meghan have nothing to worry about, because when Charles does eventually pass away, yeah, what? How can you hurt me when you can't even get your own house in order? Worry about your missing wife. Worry about where she may be. How about that? Get your game up. Get your own house in order before you come over here. Anyway, we're going to talk about that. They put them into one link and one bio on the royal website, but partly because they also put a link to their new initiatives. And baby, a win's a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. Again, they're sitting there talking trash about Meghan Markle, talking about she's using the royal title. Vogue just did a story and said, what are you talking about? Every royal is an influencer. Charles sells food. And the Duchess of, what is it? Fergie sells whatever, secrets, but she does sell home goods, this and that. And like, everybody sells stuff. They are influencers. That is their job, to put nobility. And I get it with the UK. Because things have been happening for generations, they do nobility. So I steal something from your house and it stays in my house for 200 years. And all of a sudden, it's a priceless antique instead of stolen merchandise. You have been an influencer since 19 whatever, since the Queen made you guys influencers by going through the magazine. And all of a sudden, you're better than Goop or Meghan Markle or even Kourtney Kardashian. Why? Your lives seem messy. Everything seems messy. I'm waiting to see this nobility that they keep talking about. Anyway, let's get into this whole Charles thing, about it being dire and the way he actually did a solid to Harry and Meghan. You know what they say? When people are close to passing, they rethink life, even though they're probably doing this just to mess with William. Let's get into this. King Charles is reportedly too feeble to save the crumbling British monarchy. Why did they come out the gate with that? That's so mean. I love it because he don't get any sympathy from me. But I will say, how could the only way you could save it is to reprogram William and give him a different childhood, different temper, different mind. That's impossible. According to reports, Charles is too weak to handle recent controversies that have rocked the royal family to its foundation by seemingly endless turn of scandal, disease, and family feuds. Again, what do you want him to do? His stubborn 40-year-old son is doing this the way he wants. Let it happen. Charles is much sicker than the palace lets on and simply isn't up to the job of running his fictitious family, the crown's business interests, and fulfilling the daily duties of the monarchy, said a member of the inner royal circle. His cancer is eating him alive and he's very frail. The situation is desperate. And yet, at best, his son, who is 40 something years old, is doing nothing. And at worst, I'm talking about William, and at worst, your son is openly trying to push you off the throne so he can sit in that throne and do nothing. They're saying that Charles waited more than 7 decades to ascend to the throne, only to see the monarchy spin wildly out of control since his mother, Queen Elizabeth's death in September 2022. I blame Queen Elizabeth too. Now, listen, I know you guys aren't royalists. I'm not either, but I follow them. Queen Elizabeth, because she was so mad at what happened between Charles and Diana. Let's not forget, Queen Elizabeth forced Charles to marry Diana. He forced her, and this isn't sympathy to Charles. I'm just showing you what happened. She forced him to marry too young to somebody he didn't want to get married to. And she said, whatever, just do what me and your dad do. Have mistresses, have boyfriends. It don't matter. Just get married. Because the Windsors were German and they needed a blue blood aristo family to marry into. Diana is from one of the deepest, bluest families in England. So it made the German Windsors, it made them English again. So it was a marriage of convenience. Because of her doing that, same way she told her sister Margaret she couldn't marry the divorced man, the same way she ruled with an iron fist, and literally just like William seemed to delight in taking joy away from the people around her, maybe because she was miserable. I know they think she was a kind, gentle woman. She wasn't. She stood by while Harry got ravaged and savaged to the wolves, right? She, I believe, held the throne from William, I'm not William, from Charles, and didn't ingrain himself as a beloved fixture with the media because they wanted to punish Charles for the whole Diana debacle. That when she passed away, the UK was looking like, and who are all these other people? Huh? Do you see what I'm saying? Anyway, let me get back into this, right? And with Charles in the dire throes of his cancer battle and his pancreatic tumors, an exhausted 76-year-old Camilla, who filled in for her elderly husband on 13 separate occasions, um, jetted off to the Mediterranean on vacation. Did she? Where is Camilla, actually? How come we haven't seen her? Is she okay? Did something happen in Christmas and Sandringham? Was there like a spiced turkey? Is Russia involved? What is going on? Meanwhile, William has cut back on his royal duties to attend to his ailing wife and other issues. Um, Now, they're trying to still say that Kate's struggling to eat as she recovers from ab surgery. Behind the scenes, Camilla is disgusted by the king's apparent weakness and is providing him little comfort as he battles his fatal cancer. By going on holiday, she was thumbing her nose at stepson William, who is incapable of shouldering the monarchy's burdens on his own. No lie there. Um, yeah, listen. They said whatever unity they said at the end result is where we are today. After nearly 2 months of rolling crises, the royal family looks threadbare, depleted, and wan. Whatever the unity they had seems shattered. The monarchy is in shambles and has embraced a bunker mentality, with royal family members all looking to ensure their own survival after from the coming apocalypse. Listen, it's all William. William, they make him sound like he's the Antichrist. But let me just say this. Charles did do a solid to Meghan and Harry. The royal sites, again, took away their individual sites, which is fine because honestly, who is going to a website to even look at who the royals are? we all have social media. Everybody has their own Twitter, Instagram. Like they're archaic dinosaurs. So it really doesn't matter. However, they did combine the royal websites, and they are advertising. There is a link to their actual, what is it, Riviera Orchard, American Riviera Orchard. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to be honest with you. That name does not roll off the tongue, but Megan is flawless in her, usually, right? Unless Ari Emanuel gets involved. She's flawless in her rollout. So I'm interested to see where she does. I do hear that she's doing a cooking show also on Netflix, right? She did a cooking show, and it's going to premiere, I think, in the coming weeks, right? Um, Again, you guys, what do you think? What do you think, right? It has, again, their bios are rolled into one page. Who cares? And they have now leaks to Sussex.com. Baby, Sussex Squad, a win is a win. A win is a win, baby. Rejection is protection. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.